Okay, so welcome back to another video here on the channel, guys. And in this one, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the team I used in this weekend league. I won 13 games. I lost the final 2 games, which means I could have gotten 14 wins. It was within reach, but I wasn't able to get that final win in the 2 remaining matches, 2 final matches. So we ended on 13 wins with this team. I want to review the entire team, basically, in case anyone is wondering how these cards perform in game and how I experienced them, using them for like the entire thing, 20 games. I also used it in qualifiers, so basically I actually used it in 30 games, maybe even more, because I played also some rivals, promoting to Division 4. But I want to talk about specifically which players did perform the best, and I also want to talk a little bit about which players weren't all that crazy, in case you were wondering, picking them up on the market. And I want to start with Leo Messi. He was the key player in this team. He basically, I'm pretty sure his performances was able to give me at least 4 wins that I probably would not have gotten without him. But he was playing up top here with Hernan Crespo, and I think I bought Messi when he was around 100k. He is now 66, so I'm losing like 35k on that one. And I might even keep him, to be honest, because it's really nice to have this kind of a player available. Even though I'm gonna change my team to like a Brazilian team, it's really nice to have a player like Messi in your club, just in case you want to have him on the subs, on the bench, like a super sub. But specifically what I like about Messi is, obviously, he is really good at dribbling. You can do the R1, the controlled sprint. And combining that with like the sprint burst, the R2, and also the directional change while holding R1, you can do a lot of very good dribbling moves with him. And yeah, I mean, Messi is Messi, and he's crazy in game. 90 overall. I put a hunter on him to boost his pace and his finishing. Obviously 4-star, 4-star really helps a lot. That 4-star weak foot is actually pretty nice. You can see his stats for me here. 37 goals and 17 assists in 46 matches in Division 5 rivals, using him to promote to Division 4, Foot Champs qualifiers, and Foot Champs champs. So that is basically what you get from Messi. You get a lot of good dribbling. He has a crazy outside foot shot. From like, if you get him on the left side to do the Trivela shot, he is gonna hit it. He can also do like the curling shot from the other side, from the right side, you know, typical Messi curling shot. I scored at least 4 or 5 really nice long shot goals with him. And he has, I mean, good passing. You can do tiki-taka, first time passing. This obviously is his main attribute, the playstyle plus on the technical plus, which is going to give him that crazy dribbling. And he also has the quick step, which will allow him to accelerate really quickly. After doing, you can do like maybe I'll do like a tutorial on this, or talk a little bit about it in another video, like how to use the dribble, how to use the controlled R1 sprint to not only do that crazy dribbling, but also to combine it with the quick step, with like the acceleration burst when you go out of the dribble to get that directional sprint. That is really, really useful, especially outside of the box. So that's pretty much what I have to say about Messi. He is absolutely crazy. I really love him. Very good card. And tactically, one thing I want to mention, I had false 9 on him, so he will drop down into the midfield to collect the ball. So it makes it easier to just give him the ball in the build-up. He will come to collect it, and then you can do the crazy dribbling from the midfield and try to attack the opponent's box. Next to him we have Crespo, Hernan Crespo, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel like he was anything special, to be honest, but I really like Crespo. He was one of my favorite players back in the day, back in my teens. Watching this guy play for Parma was probably my introduction to Italian football. But Crespo 86 overall, I put a Hunter on him as well to boost his pace and shooting even more. Maybe he's more effective with another chem style, but for me, he scored 19 goals in 46 matches with 8 assists. I mean, he has 4-star, 4-star, which is always nice. However, the thing I noticed most with him is he's a little bit clunky, not a lot. There are other strikers that feel more clunky than him, but he wasn't really good at dribbling either. You know what I mean? So it was difficult to do stuff with Crespo if you got the ball right outside the box and you needed to do a dribble to get space open. It was really difficult to do it. So he was primarily effective when he had like a through ball, like one-on-one versus the goalie. He would score it. He has good enough pace to outrun the defense. So that is nice. He can finish both feet. That is nice. Put the Hunter on him and he's gonna get like almost max finishing. He has 98 finishing on a Hunter. That's nice. He can hit the volleys, but primarily he was really effective on corner kicks with the header, with the power header, which is nice. He actually has finesse shot. I didn't use this a whole lot, to be honest, because I wasn't aware that he had it, but you could do some long shots with him. He also has the acrobatic and the aerial, so he is a very good player in the air, I guess. I didn't cross the ball all that much, so I wasn't able to take advantage of it, but it's not a bad card at all, but I didn't feel like he was anything special, if that makes sense. Because I bought him for 160k, and I think he's down to like 120 or something now, so I'm gonna lose like 40k when I sell him. But this is not a card I'm gonna keep. Like Messi, I want to keep Messi because he adds a little bit extra, but Crespo is not gonna add anything extra. And like 160k for an 86 rated card, that is probably not justifiable, to be honest. Of course, except if you have some sentimental value and you want to try him out because you watched him back in the day. So that was the strikers. One substitute. I'm gonna go like strikers, midfielders, then defenders, and then the goalie. I'm gonna include the bench. So up top, I used to do one substitute, and that is to get Crespo off the pitch, and I inserted Di Maria up top as the striker. So this Di Maria card, it's the Champions League Road to the Knockouts card, which is 88 overall. I put a Hunter on him. And this card is crazy, to be honest. If I didn't have Crespo, I would probably start Di Maria in that position as the left-sided striker on the get-in behind instruction, like Crespo had. So with Di Maria, I've used him a lot here. You can see 45 matches for me, 28 goals, 15 assists. The thing about these stats, he has mainly come off the bench. At least for maybe like 15 of the matches, he come off the bench. And that really makes the goal scoring number really impressive. So Di Maria off the bench or from the start is really, really good. Now the thing about him, he can play a lot of positions. He can play striker. He can play both right side positions. He can also play center forward. With the Hunter, you're gonna boost his pace and his shooting. He is quick. I mean, he's quick. He can finish. Obviously, finishing is his lowest shooting attribute. You can see his attacking positioning and everything else is pretty good. Long shots. He can hit the volley. His passing is really good, though. That's the thing about him. He's probably not your typical goal-scoring striker, but he would score a lot of goals for me. He has that attacking positioning that is gonna put him in the right situation a whole lot. And you're going to be able to dribble with him, which is nice. Because he has technical, he has flair, he has the Trickster Plus. Personally, I'm not a big skiller, so I don't take advantage of this all that much, to be honest. But this card is really good. That is my personal opinion on it. He also has Le Trivela, He has a good passing stat, incisive pass. You can do chip shots, and you can do the finesse. So you can pretty much do almost the same stuff as you can do with Messi, you can do with Di Maria. And I bought him for 57k, I think. I bought him like 3 weeks ago, so before Benfica, I think Benfica has lost like 2 matches after I bought him, so his value is down to like 30k, I think, right now. So I'm gonna lose a little bit on that as well, but I think this is a card I'm gonna keep because he adds a little bit extra. I don't feel like there's that many other cards on the market being like Argentinian. He can link to Messi. He can play striker and both right side positions. He has that skill set combination, like he has the playstyle in combination with attributes that makes him really, really good. So I think that is a card I'm gonna keep. Moving to the midfielders. So let's talk about the cams here first. So here we have Luciano Acosta playing in the MLS. I got him to link him with Messi, like originally. 84 rated overall. I put a dead eye on him to boost his pace and no, not his pace, to boost his shooting and his passing. So you can see here he has 5-star skill moves, and like I said, I'm not a big skiller, so I'm not able to take that much advantage of that. But he has this attribute and playstyle combination that makes him a lot of fun to play with. Although I didn't feel like he did a whole lot for me actually in Foot Champs. He became a little bit invincible. Not invincible, invisible. You can see his stats. He scored 12 goals, 16 assists in 46 matches overall for me. High medium on the work rates. He is only 5'3", so it's not like crazy. It's like a small dribbler, if you know what I mean. Like a kind of like a Messi. He's a poor man's Messi, I would say. You can see his stats. He isn't that quick either. That's the thing about him. You would think he might be quick, but it's not that quick. He has 80 speed only. But he has good dribbling stats. That is pretty much what he's gonna offer you if you are good at dribbling. Personally, in a cam position in this formation I was doing, as I said, I didn't feel like he was contributing a whole lot. It was nice to have him on the side there to do a little bit of dribbling when I needed it, but he would mainly just try to pass the ball off. I wouldn't dribble all that much with him, but he has a lot of good playstyles. He has the incisive pass, you can do technical, he has flair, and he has first touch, really nice. And he also has relentless and trivelas, so he's basically part of the machinery here, part of a bigger team, and he was alright. I got him for like 12k, and I think I'm gonna keep him because he's one of these cards with a lot of playstyles. He's really cheap, and eventually, obviously you're not gonna be able to get him because it's gonna go extinct after a while. So it's a nice card to have from the MLS. You can link him with Messi, both the gold Messi now and future promo cards with Messi. I'm gonna keep him just in case. I don't want to risk him like disappearing completely off the market. And he's so cheap, so it doesn't matter that I keep him and don't make a profit of him. So on the other side, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Clint Dempsey, which I got to basically get full cam on this team. He didn't do a whole lot, to be honest. So 4 goals and 1 assist in 23 games. His skill set isn't all that bad, honestly. But, I mean, 4-star, high-low on the work rates. I bought him for like 16k, a little bit under 16k. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get anything more than that for him. I might even sell him with a loss, to be honest. But I don't think this is a card I'm gonna keep. I don't see the value of keeping him. I think the Catalyst playstyle was something he had when I bought him. He wasn't really bad, but he wasn't contributing a whole lot on the offense either. So I don't have a whole lot to say about him, to be honest. Other than I would not recommend him. That is pretty much everything I want to say. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good either. For 16k, I think you can get better options on the market in that position. But if you're building an MLS team, I guess you need to try them out, at least especially right now, like in the beginning of the game. You don't have that many really good MLS cards. So I guess Dempsey is someone you can get to get full cam and just get a complete team. But other than that, I would not recommend him. And one sub I used to do was actually Rodrygo. So I have this, what's the name of it again? It's the Trailblazers, the Rodrygo, the SBC. I did this. And for this particular team, I had Rodrygo coming off the bench, and he would get into the team instead of Dempsey, usually at halftime. So Rodrygo, I'm not going to talk too much about him. It's a crazy good card. It's a really good card. So for me, he has 27 goals, 13 assists in 56 games. A lot of those games coming off the bench. So obviously you can't get this card anymore, so I'm not going to go into really specifics about this. I'm not going to do like a review on that, but 4-star, 4-star, he came off the bench, contributed, giving the team a little bit more speed than you get with Dempsey, and he can dribble a lot better, I feel like. And yeah, that's a substitute I used to do. Another sub I would do like every now and then was Debinha for Acosta. So Debinha is playing in the women's MLS, I would say. I think it's called something else, like WSL or something. NWSL. She's playing there, Brazilian. 5-star, 5-star, which is crazy. The thing about Debinha, she's so small. She's 5'1". She gets knocked off the ball a whole lot. This is a card I actually got. It's the first owner card. But I think on the market, I think there isn't this around 20k or something? 16k. This is a card. She didn't do a whole lot in champs. I don't think I scored any goals with her in champs. But I used to put her on for Acosta, as I said, to get a little bit more speed when Acosta was tired. So she can dribble a little bit. She can, I mean, her stats are really good. She has very good stats. You could do a whole lot of dribbling with her. You can see here. She has 4 playstyles in ball control. And she has this, like this quick step, so you can accelerate a little bit. Acrobatic, and she has the trivela. But she's really small, and she's gonna get knocked off the ball a whole lot. Moving to the midfield. So Exequiel Palacios, he is, I think I got him from an objective. So you can't get him anymore, I think. First owner. This guy is good. I mean, the thing about this card, you can use him in Argentinian teams because of the Argentina link. And you can also use him for several like Bundesliga or Leverkusen setups. Because Leverkusen has several very good cards this year. I have one of them in my defense. But you can also get Grimaldo and you can get Frimpong to link up with this card. And this card is very versatile actually. You can play every center midfield position in the middle. It's overall a really good card, really solid. I don't feel like he was like exceptionally good at anything, but he's very versatile and he is good enough to do the job in the middle of the pitch. That's all I have to say about that card. I scored some long shots with him. He scored some important goals for me. But in the original setup right here, with 2 CDMs, he is the one who stays back. The left side stays back. The right side is going to move up and down like a box-to-box. So Enzo, don't have a whole lot to say about him either. He's a really good like team player. And yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of everything. He's not really good at anything either. It's like very solid overall. He doesn't have any weakness. So this is pretty much the gold Enzo with a promo card design. So you don't have to get this specific Enzo card. you can get the gold card, which costs like 1,000 coins. While this card, I packed him really early. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten this card just for the design. Which a lot of people are getting this card because it has a cool design, but it is identical to the gold card. So, but it costs like 20 times the amount for no other reason than having a cool design. But Enzo is really solid in midfield. You pretty much give him the ball and you try to pass it off to Messi or to someone else. What really helps with Enzo is his pace. 73 pace is actually not that bad, and it's going to boost it a little bit with the engine. So he's going to be able to basically move around a whole lot, try to press when he is playing defense. One sub I usually would do was get Geyoro into the midfield. I would sub off Enzo, put on Geyoro. Geyoro would be the left midfielder with the defensive duties, and then I would move Palacios to the right side so he can move up and down, and he will contribute a little bit more on the offense in the second half. That worked perfectly. Like Geyoro is a really good like defensive minded ball, like a pit bull kind of player, like Gary Medel, if you know what I mean, like in there to run around to try to create problems for the opposition. Pretty much only has this relentless, which is gonna basically decrease the speed of fatigue, I think. But you can see your defending is really good, interception really good, stand tackle really good. He has 93 stamina, she can run around a whole lot, try to win the ball. That's pretty much what she does. I think on the market you can get her for like 20k. She's not meta, but she's not discard either. A lot of players are using Geyoro or did use her in the beginning of the year. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Let's move to the defense. Here we have Zambrotta now. I think this is the most expensive card I have. I packed this card in the Icon SBC. I was really lucky to get this. Now Zambrotta is 86. I think he's actually 500k on the market, so really expensive at this stage of the game. But this guy is really good. I actually had this card in FIFA 23 also. I packed it there as well, so I packed Zambrotta in 2 consecutive FIFAs. But there's not a whole lot to say. He's really solid. Like, first of all, he's really good defensively. He's not going to be like an overlapping fullback with a lot of pace. That is not his style. He does have high pace, but his body type and his physical attributes is not going to make him like a dribbling kind of fullback. But he's really solid, and that's pretty much what you want from a fullback. Especially on defense, you want a physical fullback. That is pretty much like a wide center back, I would say. That is what you want from your fullbacks in this game, according to like the meta. On the other side, we had Frimpong. Now Frimpong is one of these meta fullbacks. Really quick. Dribbling is good. Defending is good enough. He's mainly gonna be like attacking fullback, running down the sideline on overlaps, trying to create havoc, trying to create overloads. And he did do that a whole lot. I used him a lot on these give and goes where you get the ball to Frimpong and then you do a give and go. So he's gonna pass the ball off and run down the sidelines. And he's good. I mean, he's really good. I really like using him. His defense is, of course, only so-so, but his offense is good enough to basically compensate for that. And I think he is like 6k on the market, so that is nice. For the fullbacks, I didn't do any subs. I have Cancelo on the bench. I used him like... I usually put on Cancelo in extra time. Because what happens is Zambrotta is gonna keep his stamina. He's not gonna tire that quick, but Frimpong is gonna tire quickly, especially because he's contributing that much on the offense. He's running up and down all the time. If you get into extra time, you have to sub him off. Otherwise, he's gonna be a liability. So I would put Cancelo on for Frimpong in extra time. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say about Cancelo. I haven't used him enough to have an impression of him, but Cancelo is pretty much like a Zambrotta kind of player. He's more physical than Frimpong, and yeah, very similar, I would say. In the middle of the defense, we have Bonucci, and we have Hincapie. So Bonucci is one of these promo cards, road to the knockouts in the Champions League. I really like the way this guy played for me. I bought him for 24 like 3 weeks ago. So Union Berlin has played 2 games after that. They haven't won, and he's probably not gonna be upgraded. So unless Union goes on like a couple of surprise wins in the remaining matches, but I think he is around, I think he's still around 24k actually. So if you have coins to spend on like a central defender in the Bundesliga, this is this is a card you should consider picking up, because his defending is really good. Obviously his pace, his acceleration is not that good, but it's not bad either. Like his pace is 75. You can boost it with the shadow, and it will get it up to like 83, which is good enough for me. The thing about Bonucci is he has good passing, so you can pass it out from the back. That's the thing with Bonucci. He's a ball playing center back, which is really nice, depending on how you like to play personally. I like to have ball playing center backs because it means you can beat the press basically by carrying the ball or passing the ball out from your center backs. It's really risky, but sometimes it's the only way to play yourself out of a press. So Bonucci is gonna help with that because he has the ping pass, which improves basically the speed of the pass and a little bit the precision of it. I feel like he has quicker and better passing than most center backs. And this in combination with his dribbling is not that bad, and his pace is not that bad either, so you can carry the ball out. And he has a 4-star weak foot, you can pass with both feet. So Bonucci, highly recommended. Also Piero Hincapie. This is maybe the best center back card I've ever used, but I've only played 2 FIFAs, so but still, this card is very, very good. 86, he has 86 base pace, so with the shadow he has over 90 pace. That is crazy for a center back, and he is very similar actually to Bonucci in terms of how you can use him, because this is also a player you can use to carry the ball out of the defense. His passing is also good. He has almost 90 short pass, which is crazy. And for the playstyle, primarily he has these defensive playstyles, which is really nice. Block and jockey, in combination with his pace and in combination with his defensive attributes, which is like all his defensive attributes are at least 83. And with the shadow boost, you get like a card that has over 90 defending. That is, 90 defending and 90 pace on a center back. That is crazy. This card is really good. I bought him for 62k, and I think he is closing in on 100k now, actually, because he got an upgrade. He was originally 83, and now he's 85. And yeah, that card I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna hang on to that. Really, really nice card. Highly recommended. Now, Kevin Trapp was my goalie. This is SBC. I'm not sure if you can do this anymore, but I did this SBC because I have a lot of Bundesliga players and I want to have a good goalie that is going to be linkable to those guys. I mean, this guy is good. It's really difficult to review goalies because it really depends on what kind of players you're facing. But I didn't notice anything particularly negative about Trapp, neither like really positive. He has these nice playstyles, footwork, he has cross-claimer, and he has rush out. So I used the glove chemistry style to boost his diving, his handling, and his positioning because he already has 88 on the reflexes, which is good. I like to have goalies with good reflexes and good positioning. I feel like that is going to help a lot on those reflex saves, those crazy saves that might end up proving like being a difference in the matches. Having good reflexes, I think, is really important. Handling, obviously, handling is also really important because you don't want your goalie to be giving up a lot of rebounds. But overall, I mean, Trapp is solid. 87 rated goalie in the Bundesliga. I have nothing to complain about. So to summarize, recommended card. I would recommend the entire back four. Every one of these cards are really good, but of course, if you're gonna go buy them off the market, it's gonna cost you like 600k. So that is something I know most players don't have available. But the cheaper version of this would obviously be to not get Zambrotta, but instead do Alex Grimaldo. Either is gold, which is like 2k on the market, or you can go for a special card, which is, I think it's a team of the week. That is 86, but I think that card is like at least 100k on the market or somewhere around there. But Grimaldo is going to link up perfectly to these guys, and if you have Palacios in the midfield as well, pretty much you have 4 Leverkusen players, and that is going to, I think that is going to give full cam on those 4. But other than the defenders, I would recommend Messi, obviously. So Messi recommended, the back 4 recommended. Acosta is someone I would get him just to have him in the club. He's so cheap. He's only like 12k. So if you have that laying around and you want to have that card on your club, just in case you get like a crazy Messi card sometime, you can have him for the links. Other than that, Enzo I would not recommend. Dempsey I would not recommend. Crespo I would recommend for sentimental value. He's good, but he is not worth like 100+k. He's not worth. You have better strikers for cheaper, pretty much, on the market. So that's it. How did you play in Weekend League? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about these players, or if you just want to let me know how you did in Weekend League. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. See you guys.